Good day, everyone. Welcome to our Copilot series. Today, we are diving into a tool that is changing the way we work, Microsoft 365 Copilot. Imagine having a super-powered personal assistant built right into your Microsoft tools like Word, Excel, Outlook, and PowerPoint. An assistant that has read all your emails and documents and is ready to help you write, design, and analyze in seconds. In this guide, I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how you can start using it today, even if you never used AI before. To understand Copilot, think of two parts. Yeah. The first, there is the large language model, LLM. Think of this as the brain that understands how we speak. Second, there is the Microsoft Graph, which is the memory of all your work, your files, meetings, and chats. When you ask Copilot a question, it uses its brain to look through your memory and give you an answer that is specific to your work. It's the difference between asking a search engine a general question and asking a librarian who has read every book in your office for a specific answer. Before we jump into the apps, let's talk about safety and security. Yeah. A common question that anyone will ask when we bring in AI is my data safe? Whether the files that I'm going to provide for my questions related to the specific topic within the AI, will it be staying with me or will it be used for training your models and things like that? As far as the question whether the data is safe, the answer is a big yes. Yeah. Copilot stays within your organization's secure boundary. It only sees what you have permission to see. And Microsoft does not use your work data to train public AI models. You can access it if you have a Microsoft 365 business or education subscription with the Copilot add-on. With this, let's look at our M365 Copilot app here. Yeah. So you can access your Copilot app by visiting m365.cloud.microsoft, and you will be able to see this on the web page. I've installed it as an app, so you can also do that. So I'm on the new chat, and you have these two options here. The first one is work. So any question that you're gonna ask, what it is basically going to do is like it's gonna look at the internal data for your org, and then it's gonna basically provide you the details. For example, if I provide a prompt here stating like look at my mailbox and then let me know what are the unread emails, then what it basically does is like it looks into your Outlook and then gives the details. Just keep in mind like whatever you have access, only those things you will be able to get the information. Yeah. So that's on the work. So anything related to your organization, you will be able to get those details from this particular option here. Yeah. As far as web is concerned, what will happen is like any question that you're gonna ask, it will be used with the data that is present in the internet. It searches for all the things in the internet and then provides you the response. Yeah, that's for your M365 Copilot app. Now, for example, if we open an Word document, you have this option here where you can ask question to Copilot. And what I'll do is like let's close this, and then now you see this. It basically tells like you can click on this icon or you can press Alt I. So let me click on this icon, and then I will ask this question. Draft a document on M365 Copilot. So whatever is your requirement, you just need to provide that information to Copilot, and then you will get the required information. Yeah, what you need to do is like you just need to review the details here and make sure these are all valid and as per your requirement, and then either you accept it or you can refine your prompt and then ask more details using Copilot. Yeah. So now moving on, what we'll do now is we will discuss on the prompts here. Yep. So uh, as far as any response from Copilot is concerned, it all depends on the prompt. Yeah, to get the best results, you need to provide a great prompt. That's the most important thing. Yeah. So, for example, if you provide a weak prompt, like a single line, without providing the actual details and also the proper requirement, then what happens is the response that you get will not be will be that great. Yeah. Instead, if you provide a strong prompt, for example, if you use the four pillars that I'll be discussing later in this video, and provide a proper prompt, for example, you need to provide your required details like your requirement, how much words that the response should be. If you provide all these details, then the response that you get from your Copilot would be really great. Yeah. Moving on, if we speak of the four pillars, the first one is the goal, that is what you want, and second one is the context, like why you need it, and the third one is the source, like what files to use, and then the fourth one is expectation, like how it should basically look. Yeah. For example, instead of saying write an email, if you can try providing a different prompt, like draft a friendly email to my team summarizing the project notes from this particular file, which is the source, in 3 bullet points. If you can provide that, then the response that you get from Copilot would be equally great. Like if you give the prompt as appropriate, then the response that you get from Copilot would be really great. And this is like an ever changing requirement, wherein you start using Copilot and then you will start realizing that how important is the prompt, and then you can slowly refine your prompts and then make sure like you are providing great prompts. Yeah. The best way to learn is to start experimenting. Ask it questions, let it draft your emails, and see how much time you save. If you found this basic guide helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to our next video in the Copilot series. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.